Good morning, traders. Welcome to the Dosh Trader Morning Call video for Wednesday, November 18th. Get a little bit of a pullback yesterday due to the news events that were happening in Germany. They evacuated a soccer stadium, and that was pretty much it. Right around 12:30ish, they started to roll them, and that was kind of capped the day yesterday to the upside. Now, I am still looking at the interim low of Friday after the close, or if you're following futures, Sunday's low, which was the opening right around 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern time here in the States. So I'm looking for that low to be held going into monthly options expiration, which will be on Friday. And usually we get a little bit of a bullish buy. So we could push a little bit lower today, which is okay. It's kind of common. But I think then you got to look for a low. Look for clues that a low is in and start to look to buy the market here. Now, why am I saying that? Is everything great? Of course not. We have terrorist activity in Europe and pretty much all over the world again, starting to pick up. We also have indexes that are not following. As you know, we have market divergence. I'll show them to you again on the daily charts, on the Dosh Trader charts. And things aren't great. It really isn't. However, we are coming into a seasonal time of strength, which we usually get that Santa Claus rally right around Thanksgiving week, which is next week. So this week, I kind of take a little bit of a grain of salt or what happens this week. But next week, we're really going to see if the Santa Claus rally is going to emerge. Now, we understand that we had a huge rally here all of October and the beginning of November. So that could also cap that Santa Claus rally. And any big news events or news-driven events that happen could also cap that. So keep in mind, for those of you who are swing traders or longer-term investors looking to add to any positions, I would not do so at this time. I would sit back and either hedge or just let the markets take its course right now. For those of you who are day trading, like myself, I'm looking for clues that lows and tops are in, and then I'm going to be looking to either, again, buy into support or sell rallies into resistance, and that's what I'm looking for. Again, I'm going to keep this at a neutral stance at the moment and see which way the market wants to go right after the market opens. Let's dive right into the Dosh Trader charts. You can see here, spiders, daily. I've showed this to you many times. Big bearish rising wedge had been broken. Bearish pattern is confirmed. And now we're making lower lows and lower highs. We did get that big move up on Monday, and then yesterday you see we retraced. So you can see that the markets are vulnerable to this terrorist activity. What's going on? Okay, now this to me was always like a one-hit wonder. Like on Monday they rallied them up. It doesn't make any sense at all. Terrorists is nothing good for the economy, for people. It's just nothing good for markets to rally. So at one point in time where you have good news is good news and bad news is still good news, well, that's starting to change now. Remember, you got to see that sentiment of the markets. It's really important. Even if you're day trading, guys, you really need to know what's happening here, okay, and how the markets are reacting to news. All right, let's take a look at the 60-minute spot. As you can see here, rising wedge. We had that bear flag, and then we broke down. Now, this here is the 38% retracement right down here, and it held. Now, let's see what happens if we have another push higher. And I want to show you on a Dosh Trader chart here. This, to me, looks like a pretty decent size, or at least a nice. Let me just get that real quick here. Let me grab that trend line. Looks like a real nice bull flag. And you can see that bull flag pattern here. That needs to break out. We got a bull flag. Here's your flagpole. If we take this out, then I think we'll get to this pivot point area, or we will challenge the highs. And again, no other reason other than it's monthly options expiration. There's nothing good out there in the marketplace. We have market divergence on the indexes, which I've showed you and I'll show you again. But this is a bull flag pattern here, guys, on a 60-minute chart, looking for higher prices if we do break out of this bull flag. If we break down, then look for it to test the lows here, okay? Take a look at the transportation sector, the IYT ETF. There is absolutely nothing good about this chart at all, Now, many of you could say, well, look, Mark, you know what? We have a little bit of pattern here where could this be a symmetrical triangle? Absolutely, and it is a symmetrical triangle to me in my eyes. Some would call it, I've seen ascending triangle, which I do not believe that is. So we have a symmetrical triangle, which are usually continuation patterns. We're coming into the apex. what I like to do is let's see where this breaks. If this breaks to the upside, no matter what happens, I do think that we rally going into the end of the year. But if we start to break down and break out of the symmetrical triangle, guys, look out below. We're gonna see some selling pressure. Okay. Take a look at the IWM. Again, nothing good about this pattern here. We just continue to make lower lows and lower highs. IWM, which is the Russell 2000, a great gauge of risk. And you can see the sentiment is not good here out in the marketplace. When you have the two leaders, the Russell and the transports, not leading, that's a very good sign that any rallies will be capped because they are our leaders out of the 5 indexes that we follow. Diamonds, okay, our legging index, okay, you could see that also pull back as well. And lastly is the Qs, and you know what I say about the Qs, watch those top 10 leaders in this ETF. They actually definitely skew the market on this ETF on where this market truly is headed. And if technology, you got a big basket of technology stocks and you have only 6 that are rallying, that's also not a good sign, okay? Because as you can see that the index would be skewed. It's not really showing you what really is happening in the technology sector. Hope it helps everybody. Take care. Definitely use your stops here. We've got a crazy market. I do think in the next 5 or 6 weeks, we're going to be coming into some really good volatility where we can make some good money. Have a great day, everybody. Take care.